Hi, I'm Jeremy. It turns out I'm a really huge Pentatonics fan. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's Extraordinary Times. I'm going to try and kind of mix it up a little bit because I'm still using my flip camera because I prefer it, but, you know, I want to cut things together for you and keep it real, if you will. Anyways, so, first story of today. In Princeton, there's an economist who notably is being quoted by President Obama as saying the Romney tax plan is this and that and the other. And actually, the economist actually came out to the Weekly Standard and was like, hey, guess what? Obama's not interpreting my interpretation right, and actually Romney's tax plan will pay for itself. And, yeah, so... sorry, President Obama, you are being one-upped again, this time by the people you think are for you. And next up, if you guys have been paying attention to some of our other episodes, we talked about this Austrian guy who is going to skydive from space. His name is Felix Baumgartner, and he got a sponsorship from the Red Bull company, and they made him this balloon and a capsule, and he's going up to 23 miles up, and then he's going to bail out of a perfectly good weather balloon capsule thing and dive down to Earth and break the sound barrier while he's doing it. Allegedly. We're going to find out tomorrow whether he can skydive from space or shatter everything in his body on the way down. So hopefully the other thing, but you know, he could die. It would be a sad day if he died, I'll be honest, because he's done some really cool stuff like jump off of the Rio de Janeiro Jesus thing and parachute off of that. So, you know, he's done the world's shortest parachute jump, so now he's going to try and do the longest. Next up, as if Syria did not have enough problems already, they are now being challenged by Saudi Arabia, of all people. They're having to put up with Syrian refugees coming over into Saudi Arabia and taking care of them. So Saudi Arabia is like, hey, maybe we should, you know, give some material support to the enemies of Syria because Syria is kind of stupid right now. Oh, that's gotta suck. If Saudi Arabia says you're doing something wrong, oh. And then there was that story we talked about a couple of days ago where some UK and Japan scientists got together and they figured out how to take adult cells and regress them down to stem cells so we don't have to kill babies for it. So I'm really excited because they're actually getting a Nobel Prize for that. You know, I lost a little bit of faith in the Nobel Prize people, I don't know, company, those Stockholm people, but they restored my faith since, you know, they gave Obama a Peace Prize, and, well, he's still doing, like, everything that Bush did as far as, like, war and keeping Guantanamo open and stuff. So the disparity there kind of baffles me, but most things in this world baffle me, if only because people are part of it. Anyways. And the last thing about stuff that we've talked about before, and, you know, things of that nature. SpaceX launched another rocket into space with their Dragon capsule on it, and apparently one of the rockets on it failed, but it had a lot of rockets and like a smart computer system where that rocket failed. They're like, okay, screw you, we got the rest of the rockets, and they compensated for the broken rocket and they went into space, and it was a good time. Apparently because of that broken rocket though, it didn't get quite as far into space as it wanted to, so the Dragon capsule got where it was supposed to go, but the satellite it was carrying didn't quite go where it was supposed to go, so they're trying to figure out how to take it from lower orbit to higher orbit. If y'all know anything about that, good for you. It's a little bit above me, but not by much. Tall jokes are tall. And now we're going to go up to St. Paul, Minnesota, where the police have a warning out about thieves who are stealing from the dead. Now, not in the normal, like, digging up graves and stealing from people thing, well, dead people thing. They're actually going to people's houses when their funerals are planned to take place, and all the people are gone, and the house is still there, so they go to the house, and they take stuff. All the stuff that people are cataloging and stuff. I've had to deal with that in my past where someone very important to me died, and and there was a lot of stuff. So you never really know how much or of what kind of things are around, and so you're taking stock of all of it. But if they take it while you're taking stock of it, then you don't really know it's there or whatever. But these guys are stupid, and they leave paper trails and fingerprints, and, well, the cops are chasing them now. So good job pulling off the perfect crime. That was really, really not the perfect crime, a-holes. Moving on to another dirtbag taking people's stuff. Clyde Reese, a 47-year-old TSA agent, well, now former TSA agent, since, you know, somebody was traveling and they had money in their wallet and they ran it through the x-ray machine, and apparently he saw $100 bill stripes in that x-ray, so he was like, hey, we need to run it through again. I'm going to take $100 from your $500 stack in your wallet. Except he didn't, like, close everything all the way, and there were, like, credit cards falling out of it. And so the passenger immediately knew, hey, I need to check my wallet. Oh, there's one of my $100 bills missing. You, person, give me my money back. And police arrested him for taking that, and the TSA dismissed him because the TSA has a no tolerance if you steal crap from people policy. So at least there's that. And now on to our last story of the day, which actually really thoroughly upsets me. It is a lunch lady in Sweden, in the city of Falun. I don't really know how to pronounce things in Swedish, but this woman was apparently a fantastic lunch lady. So fantastic, in fact, that she made sure that there was fresh bread and 15 kinds of vegetables and fruits for kids to eat, and the kids were loving it, and it was a good time. And then she got complaints because apparently the kids at her school were getting fed really well by her, but kids in other schools didn't have a her to make sure that there was fresh bread and a veggie buffet and all these things. So they told her, stop. Apparently, when she was doing her job so well, she was kind of deviating from the set menu that their school boards approved, and everyone is supposed to have the same things and keep everything equal throughout all the school districts. So instead of raising the bar and saying, hey, there needs to be people like this Annika who raises the bar and makes things better for the kids. No. Your bar has to come down so that everybody else gets the same. She was operating on the same budget with the same stuff, and they can't do that? Really? Honestly. Thank you, Sweden. You are now on my list of places I will not raise a child. But sadly, that was all that mattered to me today. Thank you so much for tuning into The Extraordinary Times. You will see AJ tomorrow. Hopefully, the sickness raises from his lungs and ejects into the world and away from him and dies in air instead of infecting other people or staying in his lungs, which would be gross. Anyways, thank you so much, and I will see you tomorrow. And until next time, be aware. Sweden a socialist European country? Sweden politics. There's actually a Wikipedia article on politics of Sweden. Huh. No, probably all the people in Sweden. If you didn't know that, now you do.